Yo, 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 yo. Let's get to business one time. um, Figured I'd tap back in with everybody since it's been a little minute. Since I've been out for a few weeks due to some health complications. Uh, Small thing to a giant. Uh, I had a small procedure or, a surgery or whatnot, whatever you want to call it. Uh, and I'm still healing up from that process. But I just want to thank everybody that checked in with me and that wished me a healthy and speedy recovery. I really appreciate those positive words from people. That goes a long way, and I'm just I feel grateful to be able to get the procedure done as quickly as I did. I was able to get a surgeon, get it scheduled, and get the business with that in pretty good time. So I want to say that I'm blessed to have that timing was right. And I don't want to say it was procrastinated, but it was something that I needed to take care of. It was cancerous, and it needed to be out of there. And with that, it comes some curiosity. It's the first time I ever had surgery, so I want to appreciate everybody around me, like the people that held me down and kept my confidence up about it. And encouraged me to go ahead and do it. Because it's kind of something you want to get out of. I was like the surgeon, like is there a way around this? He's like, nah. So luckily, I didn't have too much time to think about it. And when it was time to go, when it was go time, I got the business. Uh, so I just, like I said, I'm thankful, grateful to have people around me that love me, um, and that held me down, psychologically, you know. And like I said, I'm still healing up a little bit, but we're gonna be good. So uh, thank you all, thank everybody for just shouting out at me, the ones that checked in, the ones that checked in from a distance. You know what I mean? Just because you don't say so, don't mean you don't wish somebody great. Within your heart. Everybody got busy lives and busy schedules, and so yeah, team no gallbladder, man. Team no gallbladder, yo. That's the new thing for me. So um, I'm here today, as a proud advocate of that. And once I got it done, I realized how many other people have been through the same thing, more than what I expected. Uh, but it's great. Health is wealth, man, and I encourage everybody to take it very seriously. You know, it's not something that you want to procrastinate. It's once you feel like something's not right, go ahead and attack it. Figure out what's going on with you. That way you can uh, get the best treatment and get quick treatment. You know what I mean? At a decent time. I remember in COVID, it was hard to even get into the doctors. It was crazy. You couldn't even get an appointment. It was difficult. So, like I said, the timing, I'm thankful for that part. And another thing I want to elaborate on, getting from coming from all this, is you know, what Coach Prime did for me. You know what I mean? In this scenario, for one, I love Deion Sanders. I always have. He's always been one of my favorite athletes, if not my favorite. Top three. You know, um, super influential coming up, and he's just super talented. That's something that I can relate to. Not to toot my own horn or nothing, but um, I feel like someone being talented in multiple different things. I can relate to that with him. I played all three like he did coming up. Even though I didn't play in college and stuff, I had that ability to play. It didn't work out, but sports still did a lot for me. You can relate sports to real life. You can measure it in that way. It's kind of weird how that goes, but um, before my surgery, I was watching a lot of Coach Prime stuff, a lot of interviews. He's catching a lot of scrutiny because he's getting a lot of attention, um, and he's paving the way for a lot of young men in a positive way. He's doing the list goes on and on what he's doing. It's not just about wins and losses. You know what I mean? He's pushing the culture forward. He's pushing his family forward. He's treating boys that's not even really his biological sons like his sons, and guiding them in the correct way and in a strong way too. You know, it's not just what they want to hear, it's what they need to hear. And but he done a lot for me just within this little process of me dealing with my health, and you know, watching interviews of him talking about how he had multiple procedures. He had multiple surgeries himself. I think it was 12 surgeries that Coach Prime went through. And you know, coming from someone like that, I'm like, you know, 12 surgeries. Surely I could knock out one. You know what I mean? I mean, let's get the business. He do 12. He walk around with 2 or 3 toes, and he's talking about he could have got his leg amputated and all kind of different things. And and here he is today, shining. You know what I mean? Shining like the sun, like a light bulb. You know what I mean? And I just took the positive influence and encouragement for, you know, just sometimes the small things like that, man, that'll push you forward. That's not the only thing to push me forward, but when I seen that, I'm like, yo, I could strong this out. You know what I mean? Um, I wasn't really doubting in the Almighty or anything, you know, but I'd never been through that, you know. So and I just don't understand how anyone could talk down on a guy like Prime. You know what I mean? He's high stepping his way through success, and um, what I like most about Coach Prime, one of the characteristics, is that regardless of what someone says about him, he doesn't break. He don't bend or fold. He doesn't lower himself to that and start talking bad about them. He still shows love to people. Um, he still is encouraging, kind of like when Travis Hunter took that shot, you know, from that boy from Oregon, or not Oregon, but Colorado State. You know, when he took that cheap shot at the end of the play, put him out for some games. He's still out. But I like the fact that he kept it within the sport. The kid was catching death threats, and he knew that wasn't right. And I like how he positively encouraged the situation. And you know, he bigged up Travis and the guy coming together and, you know, communicating about it in a respectful manner. And you know, I like that. That's cool. It shows good character, man. You know, um, but and the we believe statement, that the slogan that Deion is conjured into his program. For one, they're already better than last year. You know what I mean? They already better than last year. How many games they win? One game. You know what I mean? And they're 3-2 in the Pac-12. I mean, that conference is loaded with talent. Loaded. I mean, they have those Oregon and USC and those traditional programs that, you know, you're not just gonna come in there and you know, bogart your way and dominate those programs. You know, it's gonna be piece by piece, but of course Oregon gave them the business. You know, but USC, uh, I like the way they battle back and they show resilience, and um, they showed some fight and some dog, and you know, younger people stepped up and they showed that they believed. Uh, that was Amarion Miller. Uh, Shiloh was out. You know, so the other kid was in there, Kamari. I forget his name, but Prime Time got that motivation, man. He can motivate people in a positive way. You know what I mean? You could be a top motivator and not throw a chair at him like Bobby Knight. You know what I mean? Or choke him. There's other ways around that, and you know, and he's proven that. Uh, so yeah, Coach Prime, man, he's, you know, one of the greatest athletes ever. Let's start there. You know what I mean? Gifted, just and but I think his gift is it goes beyond sports and everything. Just the love that he has for people is going a very long way, and it's, you know, it's impacting the country. So yeah, I just want to elaborate a little bit on that, man. Coach Prime. Um, Hopefully, he could push the narrative, push the mountain even more further. You know what I mean? But I love what he's doing, and I don't see any problem with celebrities or people of high status or whatever showing up. I mean, they go to other games. They go, celebrities pop up to the Knicks games all the time. You don't see nothing. You don't say nothing about Spike Lee being at the Knicks game, or Ashley Judd being at the UK game. BBN for life. But just making once you make a big impact on something, people just want to be a part of that, man. Especially if it's positive. So, yeah, shout out to Coach Prime and them, man. Let's get the business.